So, good afternoon, enduro fans. I think this is time for a honest and transparent chat about PMBA finances, the future, refunds, everything. Just so you all know, like, the bottom line is the current refunds that are out there, not a problem, all sorted. If everything else gets cancelled, it's a little bit different. So there are going to be, in fact, I'm a bit photosensitive because I did my eye, but I'm going to take my sunglasses off. Cheers, Cycle Factory. They gave them to me before my laser eye surgery, and I've needed them. So yes, I'm insured. If everything gets cancelled and everyone takes 100% refund that they are entitled to, the insurance will pay out for the individual event costs, but not for general running costs. And if everyone had 100% refund, there'd also be some cash flow issue between being able to give the refund and getting the money back from the insurance. So there will be various options on the refund. So people will need their money. They'll be in a situation where they need it, and those people, yes, 100% refund will be available. But for some people, a lot of you have already said you'd prefer just to have like your Gisborne entry for Gisborne next year. I don't know what's happening next week, let alone next year. But what I will do is I'll have a voucher system, so you'll be able to swap your entry for a PMBA voucher. So the Gisborne entry is at £49.90, you'll get a voucher for £49.90. The £70 for Lee Quarry, you can get a voucher for £70. And they'll be for whenever PMBA Enduro does the next event, be that July for Graithwaite, be that for July 2021 for Graithwaite, maybe still. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm just going to tell you what I can and can't do. So first thing is, where's some of the money gone? Well, it's gone into various things. So I'm going to turn this camera the other way. What have I bought? Well, some of it is in this garage here. This is not my house at the farm. This is a friend's that kindly let me park up here. I have a dingy terrace in Accrington, for those of you who don't know. It gets used to store all the PMBA stuff. But if I'm not on the road, I am often parked at my friend's here. And those that know my history, I used to build my race car at the bottom of this garage until I got skint racing. Anyway, look, this powered barrow, so we could do more trail building. That's one of the things that's been bought this year. Here are 4 350-ish watt solar panels. I've already got 2 on the roof, but I wanted to run the events on solar this year. These boxes here are biodegradable Bember Benes race tape for, well, mainly Llangollen is our Benes round this year. If everything gets cancelled, everything gets postponed to next year, which is, your guess is as good as mine, then, that'll be paid for. The insurance won't pay out because it's something that can be used next year, next time. So what about this running the events on solar? You haven't heard that before. Well, no, I was keeping it secret until hopefully we did it successfully at Graithwaite. But behind that inverter there is 2,000 quid's worth of raw lithium cells that I've got to turn into a battery and configure a BMS, basically to end up with something like a Tesla Mark II Powerwall, but one that I've self-built myself for less money. Got big new solar charge controller there for the 4 extra panels. This is the one that I was using last year, still with everything wired up, so I could live in the van a bit easier. I got myself a fridge freezer There we are, and a washing machine, because if you know, off-grid, building trails, in a forest, it's one of the things that I couldn't do. So little tiny washing machine, obviously, because it's something odd, might only be half size, 4 kilo washing machine, but you know, 400 quid, not 200 quid. It's not half the price because it's half the size. The dishwasher came from my house at home, actually. So, you know, those are some of the things. And here, run events on solar, 4,942. That's how much I've spent. Obviously, we've got insurance. Insurance costs aren't covered by insurance, so I'll have to pay them. There's the 1,200 quid for the digger, some web and office costs. There's actually more to go on that. It's just all that's on. Some clothes for the marshals. There you are. I've spent 23,803 on stuff. So yeah, so we've had like 100,000 quid's worth of entries or something like that for PMBA. So yeah, we've had like 100,000 quid's worth of entries for PMBA this year, for PMBA 2020, which, with costs that I incur when they come in and costs that I incur when they get refunded, and why there's admin charges when you cancel an event, that will basically be £110,000 of refunds. So I would need £110,000 to deposit with Sport Ident to be able to do all the refunds. I've got 70 in the bank. As I say, some costs are covered by insurance, some costs aren't. If everything gets cancelled, I can live. You know, that's my house you've just seen. I can certainly live on the £104.75 or whatever the government are, no, £94.75 the government are saying that I'd be able to do sickness benefit. That's not a problem. I just can't do all of the refunds now. If like next week, Braithwaite and Llangollen, Kirritree all get cancelled. So what I need people to do is either take the option to convert your entry into a race shirt and allow me to make a little bit of money on merchandising. Many of you will have multiple entries. You know, maybe if you've got 3 entries and we end up with 3 rounds going, then maybe you can, you know, get some merch on one, get a voucher for future events on another, and take another as a refund. I don't know. You know your personal circumstances. What I don't want to be is I don't want to be that guy that can't give someone who needs it 100% refund. So those of you that know me, those of you that have seen what I've tried to do, you know, like when I have taken money out of the series, it's been for my living or for you know, for things I think are good. So last year we bought Leah a bike, not just me. I only had a share in it. I actually bought the other shares of that to pass that to Katie this year, or the series, the business did. This year, Matty, new ambassador, Matty Baptista, got him an orange switch, all blinged out with full hope, with the idea being that he could use that for a year, and then I could sell it and get back roughly what it cost me, with, you know, good deals from sponsors on building a bike. So, you know, if I've lost a few quid, I'm not bothered. But it, you know, it wouldn't have been a long-term cost. It was something I thought I can do for Matty and the Baptistas, so I did that. You know, I don't want to have to take bikes off Matty, take bikes off Katie to sell, to put back into the business, to give refunds, and even if I did that, there's a time delay on stuff, so I still need people to take other options, take vouchers, whatever. As I say, there's 70,000 of 100,000 sat there. So it is, you know, it's that's the ratio. You know, 2/3 of you can, if everything goes, 2/3 of you can get refunds, 1/3 of you some of you need to take a voucher, some of you might take some merch, but I just need a mix. I need you to understand that whatever happens, this is the lifestyle that I want to live. This is what I've been building up to, you know, travelling round to the various venues in the van, doing some building, enjoying the van life, enjoying the lifestyle of putting on the events. I don't do them to try and make money when there has been some spare money. You can see I've put it back into either the series or, you know, or the ambassadors or something. You know, that's what I've done. So if you want to see PMBA enduro events continue, then you know, please support us. I'll quite happily be honest with figures when, you know, when things have run on this round of refunds. I'll tell you what there is and isn't. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that as soon as I can run events again, whether it is this July, next July, whether it's next January with a night and day, I don't know. I can't guarantee anything. All I can guarantee is that is what I want to do. In the meantime, you know, I'll manage this year. That's not a problem. I can sit and hide in my van for a year and spend no money. That's one thing that I can easily do. You know, I probably won't. I've been already tried to speak to the forestry and gone, look, if I'm not busy, come and do some trail maintenance at Gisborne. Been speaking to Lancashire Council because they need some work doing at Healy Nab, see if we can sort something out there. But you know, again, there might be restrictions on how many people and whatever can work, or whether certain projects are just deemed not necessary enough to risk having people do. So you know, don't worry about me personally, just worry about the business. And as I say, please, I can't give you any guarantee exactly what will happen in the future, but I can guarantee you that I will pick up doing events as soon as I can, and those people with vouchers, I'll do my best to look after you, whether that's getting you into the queue to enter events earlier when it comes to next year, holding prices so that your voucher's worth a race entry before if they have to go up. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I have to plan for every eventuality. And this video, being honest about where the finances are and telling you I do not want to be that guy that can't give 100% refund to people that need it. I just hope you appreciate that honesty, appreciate that transparency, and work with us to keep PMBA Enduro events happening in the future whenever we can resume. So thank you very much. And just one last thing on like cancellations of any more. Basically, I need to wait for official cancellations to trigger the cancellation insurance. So you know, with regards to will we be allowed to run Braithwaite in July, will we be allowed to run Llangollen in August, I don't know. And we'll just see, and if we get an official no, then that will trigger the same process as has happened for the events that have been cancelled so far. And I hope that you think that's a fair and transparent process. So thank you very much. Cheers.